unfair to people who paid their student loans or chose not to take out loans?
Is it fair to people who, in fact, do not own multi-billion-dollar businesses? To see why these guys give them all the tax breaks? Is that fair? What do you think?
What about people who paid their loans, though, struggled to pay their loans?
Also, $50 billion per year is going to go back.
But that $50 billion was already. I mean, it's already was
yeah,
there.
But we were getting we were getting zero. The Treasury was getting zero for the last 2 years. I understand that. I get what you're saying, but there's also an argument that I'm making as well, is that we're putting money back into the Treasury, which matters as well. That is going to happen.
A judgment on which is better or not. I'm just trying to understand. I think as some of my colleagues are.
Yeah.
If what you guys are saying here is basically the president's made a determination that helping people with their debt is important enough, and in your words, matters enough to spend what could be, estimates of $300, $400, $500 billion, or without explicitly saying where that money is coming from. And
how are you justifying using a 2003 law that was designed to help military families for this purpose, where you're now helping bail out people who took out loans and cannot pay them? Do you view people who can't pay their debt as heroes, like those who are in our armed services and were fighting after 9/11?
Yeah. So what are people supposed to do? They want to get a degree. They're being told that's the right thing to do. They think it's going to help them.
Universities. Why not build in something to make sure that borrowing moving forward is limited, or that universities don't just ratchet up the cost?
Yeah, I'm glad that you brought that up, because I want to address it. Remember, the president put out a 3-part plan on this, and the third part of it was accountability for colleges.
Today, we really proved that socialism wins. We are not going anywhere, and we will not stop until we see a socialist slate across this city.
How much will this cost? How much will Americans have to pay on this price tag overall?
Well, that remains to be determined, and it will be a function of what percentage of eligible borrowers actually take up this opportunity.
$300 billion?
We'll see when they take up the opportunity. We'll be able to give you a much better sense
but are
of
those
that.
Numbers ballpark at this point?
I think it depends on the numbers. Unfortunately, and we're here to encourage as many people to take it up as possible. If 43 million borrowers take it up, that'll be different than if 50% of those 43 million take it up.
If it is 43 million, if I could just follow on, if the full number of eligible borrowers do take advantage of the program, what would the cost be?
I can't give you that off the top of my head.
Independent experts agree that these actions taken together will provide real benefits for families without meaningful effect on inflation.
Will not have any meaningful effect on inflation.
Yeah, look, we don't believe that it's going to increase the deficit.
Remember those long lines you guys would all film of cars, decent-looking cars, not jalopies, nice cars, just waiting for a box of food to be put in the trunk in the United States of America? Waiting for over an hour to get food in a trunk?
The median household income in this country right now is roughly $67,000, which means that this is going to go for those up to $125,000. Those individuals are already making individually almost twice the median household income in this country.
And look, I want to be totally clear about this point.
$125,000 or $250,000. Would you view that as a middle-class family,
Sure.
A family that makes under $250,000?
Absolutely. Look, the key cutoff here is that nobody in the top 5%, whether
is there a worry that colleges will not now be incentivized to simply raise tuition rates? More students will be able to afford the higher cost because the maximum will be capped. And just one last thing is
Hold on, do me. See, now you've already made me forget the first one. Our plan is to ensure that colleges that have jacked up prices, that is something the Department of Education has already cracked down on and is going to continue to crack down on.
I guess what prevents the cycle of debt from continuing, right? Because there will be students, no doubt, this coming year who are going to take on more loans. And I guess I'm still confused as to how the cycle of debt is really broken.
I mean, when you think about, and this was in our fact sheets, which I think is really important to state, is how much relief this will provide to 43 million borrowers, including canceling full remaining balance for roughly 20 million borrowers. Like, that matters. That matters to borrowers and their family.
Who are in high school right now going in, it's sort of like no solutions for them.
Well, look, I think what you're talking about, the future. Is that what you're talking about? You're talking about, okay.
This is retroactive.
Okay, well, here's the thing. There are things, the President plan also provides relief to future borrowers and current borrowers by cutting monthly payments for undergraduate loans in half. Like, that is part of the plan. Yes, we talk about 10,000.
Payment, not the principal, and that's what we're getting at, is it's actually making it easier for people to take on more debt. And there's nothing in this program that stops schools for, I mean, just anecdotally, my school raised tuition from the time I was a freshman to the time I was a senior. My scholarship didn't go with it, so that meant I had to take out private loans to cover that.
And again, that is something that the Department of Education is closely looking at. That is